Oh, Martin.
How are you?
Williams
Greeting Mary Martin and Marlon Brando, and I wish it had been on mic because he came up just behind Marlon and tapped him on the shoulder and said hello. Mary, are you leaving?
I'm going to have to go, but thank you for this night, Tennessee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't get up there, please. It's just wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, Doc.
I saw you at the bar in the picture, too.
You'll always be
I'll see you later.
Mary, we'll see you on stage a little bit later with Heller and on NBC television when Mary Martin goes on screen again as Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah.
I think we better pause quickly for station identification, and then we'll be right back with, around the microphone now, Marlon Brando, Tennessee Williams, and Sid Caesar? Yes.
Or thereabouts.
All right.
But I think it is.
WRCA, WRCA-FM, New York.
Bim, 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 for value.
Say that Bim on Christmas gifts this year. Bim plays Santa Claus for you with money-saving cheer. For discounts.
Yes, folks, Christmas comes early this year to the 56 neighborhood Vim stores, early enough for you to get the best-known refrigerators, washers, TV sets at the lowest prices in town.
This is Tex McCurry, Back to the Wall by the doggonest collection of stars, a real constellation. Clustered around the mics with Jinx, Tennessee Williams, Marlon Brando, Marilyn Monroe, and Sid Caesar. I hope Sabre and Richter's don't mind if I rush it tonight, but here we go. This is the beginning of the end, the first day of the last week before Christmas, and we all...
Sid Caesar, I hate to break up this conversation you're having with Marilyn Monroe.
It's a very nice conversation, I must say.
But I was told that you had to disappear quickly because Mrs. Caesar's waiting for you. So
Yeah.
you want to be on and leave? How can you leave this, though?
Well, whatever you want, I can sit here and watch her.
You can?
Marilyn, I can watch all the time. Marilyn, you
all
want to
right.
go down here? Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding. I just didn't want to interrupt. But, Sid, are you a movie fan, or are you just concentrating on television these days?
Well, I'm both. I'm a movie fan. I love movies, but I'm concentrating on television.
When you see a movie like The Rose Tattoo, which opened tonight, does it make you want to go back and make another picture?
Well, I only made one.
Stars and Spars,
That's
I
right.
remember.
I would like to make a picture, yes. But I don't know when it'll be or how it'll be. But I've been trying to make a picture now for several years, but I've just never got the right connection or got to it.
This is your Monday night when you're usually on television, but this is the fourth Monday, I take it, so
That's
you
right,
weren't
I have
on tonight.
A week off.
You get a week off from
We'll
time to
appreciate
time.
it.
And so you go out, which you don't have a chance to do too much, do you?
No, I don't go out all the time. Usually I just sit home. This was a lucky break for me. I mean, just happened on a Monday night, and I took advantage of it.
Yeah. How is Nanette Fabre?
She's much better, thank you. I'll tell you, I get more of a kick out of just sitting around here with all the stars as anybody else.
Do you really? How do
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel sitting at a table with Marilyn Monroe at your right, Marlon Brando in front of you, and the great playwright, Tennessee Williams, directly in front of you?
I don't know. It's fabulous. If anybody told me this afternoon, I wouldn't believe it.
Dazzling, isn't it?
I get a kick out of it, believe me.
Would you like to ask Mr. Williams or Marlon or Marilyn anything?
It's live.
Before I take over, yes, it's live, Marlon. We're on the air. This is live. Hal Wallace just said to me,
Are we arrested yet or what?
Now, we have a couple of extras in relation to the film. I was just telling Ken that it's very difficult on the hectic circumstances to really describe how rare a film like this is. I thought the film has really raised the level of filmmaking in America. I think that, no, I swear. I think that animated films are going to certainly non-plural. We're getting over?
Yes, I think we're on the air. I hope we are. Are we on, Lee, or is something not working? All right, okay.
Oh.
We're on the air. What were you saying, Marlon?
I personally feel that this picture should win the best picture, the best director, and the best actress. And besides, I thought the photography that Jimmy Wong Howe did was very delicate, very
beautiful
good. And
photography.
especially, in those moments when Marissa and the boy were together, the love scene when she was talking about it was just beautiful lighting. But they have a new kind of film that they're using now. It's a hypersensitive film.
It shows feeling.
It shows feeling. And they can get a lot of wonderful photographic effects with very little light. I even think that they can photograph with the light of the candle or something like that, wasn't it? What they said? But the thing that was marvelous about this film, that I think that is an innovation in American filmmaking, is the fact that Danny allowed for the simple in-between moments in life. We don't see any of that in American film. It's kind of hygienic and clean cut, and there are no loose edges. And it was the in-between moments and the little tiny casual moments that, very few actors can create, that Danny left in. Usually directors completely direct around that kind of performance, that kind of... But to me, that's really where the poetry of human relations and human existence on the film has merit and has worth. And there were so many lovely moments that you just were sort of able to reach inside of her brain and her feeling and her spirit. And she gave a very interesting performance because she played on several different levels. I think she played... she stretched the character out of shape without you knowing it. For instance, in the comic scenes where she was comic, it was funny. It was really kind of a broad, low farce, some of the things she did. She did them so smoothly. In that other moment, she was very elegant and very sensitive and very aware. In that other moment, she was like a marvelous, stupid peasant woman. And,
You liked it, Marlon.
What?
You liked it.
Yeah.
Marlon, you said one thing that...
Listen, by the way, I never saw you looking so young and handsome.
Thank you very much, and same to you. I never looked... yeah. You said one thing about the in-between moments. I'm going to do a thing, and I've been working on it practically for years now. What happens, when they fade out on a scene in movies, and then they fade up in the morning? All they show you is a big ashtray full of cigarettes,
Yeah.
That's all they show you. But let's see.
And a rumpled tie.
That's right. Or a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
But I would like to show these moments, the in-between moments, of what happens between. They just fade out. The guy is...
What happens in
they
the
just give him
film?
the message. The dog was run over. Your son is up on, is locked up, or this or that. And then this night has to pass, where nothing can be done, and the night has to pass.
I'm thinking of something that's a little more fun than what you're thinking about. I don't quite understand what you mean.
The time that elapses
Yeah.
in between.
Generally speaking?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, it's hygienically cut out,
Yeah.
and it's not. They don't show you this. This is what you don't have to go through. But in life you do have to go through it.
I think that American audiences aren't really up to waiting. They don't care. I don't think that American audiences really have, developed a level of sophistication whereby they can appreciate it.
Oh, I think they have.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, but then how do you explain the fact that most foreign films don't go here, and that they make a foreign film, for instance, film that really is, for instance, in a French film, it shows a picture of a guy getting up in the morning, he yawns, he brushes his teeth, he looks in the mirror for half an hour, stares at his nose, and picks his scalp, then stares at the drain and turns around and goes out and sits down and you watch him eat a breakfast and take some of the seeds out of the orange juice, or roll the bread up into little balls and throw it out the window, and then they take him downstairs to the office, and they follow him through the door and downstairs and in the taxi and in the other door. And Americans have just simply, cut right along. And
Look, we have the most
Yeah, that's what I was
glamorous
saying.
movie star in America today, excuse me, Marlon
I'm going
Brando,
to give it a phone.
Marilyn Monroe, sitting there listening to you two, Sid Caesar and Marlon listening, and I have a feeling that she has something she can add about all this. Or were you able to hear their very serious
Hello, Jane.
conversation?
Yes, very interesting conversation. Enjoyed the picture immensely. And I think her performance was marvelous.
You've been working at the Actors Studio now as an actress, actually, Marilyn, or are you still an observer there?
I'm an observer student at the Astor Studio.
She's an actress. No,
All right, that's
and besides
Marlon.
that, she's late tonight.
She was late. What?
She was late. She was supposed to be an usher, and she only served one person.
And the traffic was terrible.
Huh?
The
She
traffic.
was there, but I'll grant you that.
Marilyn, I've heard from Marlon and from other people who have worked at the Actors Studio that it's awfully good to keep acting, to keep performing and learning, and that at the Actors Studio, under Lee Strasberg's direction, you have a chance to play and develop maybe a role that you'd never have a chance to do on screen or on stage. Is there any one part that you're working on there?
Let's see. Yes, I'm going to do a scene with Maureen Stapleton shortly, who played, in a rose tattoo on the stage.
On Broadway, yes.
What are you going to do?
We're doing Noel Coward's Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel?
Yes.
I don't know
such
that
an
play.
Are these the sort of things that you would like eventually to do on stage or on screen, or are you just doing it to develop as an actress, Marilyn?
Yes.
What? Huh?
What do you like, man? I'm listening to
So Marlon explained on the air last week that you were taking it very seriously and that you were really working at it.
Yes, I am working with Lee Strasberg, also in his private classes.
She's working hard at it. It's hard to, kind of say, I'm working hard at it, and I'm really...
Well, I'd like to know what she does. What do you do at the Actors Studio? I've never been there. I've just heard about it. Do you go every day? Do you go regularly, or do you work on a part alone and then
The
go?
Actor Studio, I go twice a week, and to Lee's classes, the class that I participate in, I go twice a week also, and I also go to his other classes to observe.
You do improvisation, don't you? That's what we worked on when we went to...
Yes.
When we were in class. What improvisation have you done?
I did James Joyce Ulysses, part of Molly Bloom.
You improvised that?
Yes.
On the way, you improvised James Joyce. No, but I mean, doesn't Lee have you, get up and do little things? And doesn't Lee have you get up and do improvisations that you create yourself?
Well,
Like you got your foot caught in a subway grating, and somebody comes up and says, "Can I help you?" And you're hurrying to the dentist, and you faulty platter out, and Don't you do those things up there?
mostly I've been doing acting exercises on the stage, which I won't go into,
I mean, scenes.
and also exercises. I don't mean lifting
Well, I know
weights or
what you mean.
something.
Have you done the one where you're in a barnyard?
No, I haven't done that one yet.
Huh? Did you do any animal improvisation?
Yes, I'm working on a cat.
You are?
Yes.
I'm working on a tree.
Wait a
I
minute.
haven't made it yet, but I think it's
Marlon,
an elm.
explain what that
I don't
is
know
when you,
yet.
the one about the barnyard. What is that? Is
I
that
never
really?
understood it. They said you're a chicken and horse declared, and then left me alone.
And you have to improvise from there?
Your guess is as good as mine. No, actually, I don't know.
What is the method that I've read about and heard about that has to do with the technique at the Actors Studio? What is the method that they talk about?
Well, that's what 50 million actors would like to know, too.
Yeah.
It's an age-old argument, and you could spend 12 hours in Walgreens drugstore arguing about that. Stanislavski wrote several long tomes on the subject. Did you hear me say toems instead of tomes? Anyhow, it would really be, I think that you know, it's impossible to really be... Well, listen, Marilyn, get your licks in here, girl. You tell us, Marilyn.
Yes, you explain the method. What is it? Is it a different type of acting? Is it a different technique?
Well, I think it started with Stanislavski, but many people have added to it, and
subtracted from
Well,
it.
Boleslavsky was a very good bowler, and he was a tremendous actor in bowling, but he used to watch the pins go down, and as the pins go down, he would, you know, tell people, form a formation of pins. Then he would roll the ball at them, and it would fall down as a pin.
I'm with you.
And once you get past the pin stage, that's when acting is just what you are, you know. It just comes out. That's what it is. And nobody can, I believe in teaching and things like that, but it mostly has to come from the individual itself.
Marilyn, had you ever studied acting before going to the actor studio?
yes, but not in this way.
Just acting on a part that you were going to do on screen, you mean?
Yes, but
You know, Marlon, the
Completely
first time...
different.
beg pardon. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
The first time I ever saw Marlon, I was in the Coast Guard. I went to see a
what?
play. I was in the Coast Guard. And I bought tickets to see a play called I Remember Mama.
I remember Mumble.
I Remember Mama.
Oh.
And you played the part of a little Swedish boy, and I thought it was just so great. And I wasn't in the acting business, and I was a musician. But I wasn't a musician in the Coast Guard.
What did you play?
I played saxophone, clarinet, flute, played with Claude Paul, Sheffield. What was the trumpet player? Charlie Spivak.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played since I was 15.
Have you ever
Right?
seen
Okay.
Sid Caesar's impersonation of, not you, Marlon, but Stanley Kowalski in A Streetcar Named Desire? He's done that on television a couple of times, you know.
Well,
And I roared with laughter. I saw it. As a matter of fact, I saw it. Max showed it to me one day. I went up to the office, and
Well,
he put it on.
I tell you, they wanted me to do an impression of Marlon several times, which I would never do, because I respect him as I think one of the greatest young actors.
But it's a
Come
big
on.
boot.
No, but I'll only do it, if it's the right thing, not just to do it just for that,
No,
We had an idea once, which I was going to call, Marilyn, you look so beautiful.
You're so nice.
Thank you. But we were going to do a French version of On the Waterfront. A short one, about 10 minutes long. A French Marlon Brando, which would have been great. And I watched it. We didn't do it yet. I don't know if we'll do it or not.
Listen, did you ever think of playing a series part, a straight part?
Well, I've talked a lot about it, but I'm not an actor. I'm
No, listen, I think that it is because you are an actor that you are as good as you are. Because I think that all your performances really have a basis in reality. I think that... Go ahead.
You have to. Even in comedy, which is not ridiculous, which doesn't sound ridiculous, because even in comedy, people know if you believe in what you're doing. And as soon as they sense bang like that, they don't believe you anymore. You can stand on your head with your eyes folded and your nose crossed, and you'll not get a laugh. But if they believe that you believe in what you're doing, no matter how silly it is, if it's a half-truth, even if it's a half-truth, if they know that you believe it, they'll respect your belief in it, and they'll go along with you. But once they sense it, there's a sense between an audience and a performer, that once that feeling, that rapport, that I can't explain it, but once they find out, it's like an animal almost. An animal knows when you're afraid of them, and an animal knows when you're not afraid of them. But as soon as they feel it, and the audience is not with you anymore, and there's nothing you can do to get them back. But as long as they believe that you believe in what you're doing, they'll give you the respect and watch you, and they'll go along with you. Then it's up to you how good you are.
Sid Caesar, Marlon Brando, and Marilyn Monroe. Wait 1 minute. Let them go. Just 1 second.
Bye, Jim. Thank you
Goodbye,
very much.
Marlon.
Nice
Thank
to see
you
again.
very much. And
Bye-bye.
Sid, goodbye. Marilyn, before they whisk you away from here, have you decided, are you going to make Bus Stop on screen?
Well, when and if it's worked out, I would like to. But that depends.
Uh-huh. And what about doing a play? I've read that you really are serious about doing a play on Broadway. Are you thinking about that? Is that often in the distant future, or is it something you'd like to do very soon?
Well, it's most certainly in the distant future, but I would like to. One time I hope to be able to.
Do you know who this is right over
Yes.
there? Have you ever met
Yes,
Miss
we have
Helen
met.
Hayes?
Yes.
The first lady of the American theater.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, dear. We met the other day at the Actors Studio, didn't we?
That's right.
We're both observers.
Well, you can observe this lady and learn, I suppose, everything there is to know about the theater, who this year is celebrating her 50th anniversary, believe it or not, on the stage. With a great, great party, the first night ball at the Waldorf in the Grand Ballroom of the night of December 30th. Thank you very much, Marilyn. Nice to see you again here at the Actors Studio benefit. We'll see you inside
Nice
later.
to see you.
Tex, I don't know what's happening. There are photographers all around, and I can't see a clock. What is the schedule? All right, why don't you sit down at the mic now for a moment, would you? Okay? We've had great activity here for the last 45 minutes, as you may have heard, and I never had as many people helping interview guests as we had when Sid Caesar and Marlon Brando and Tennessee Williams and Marilyn Monroe were sort of asking questions of each other, which was fun, but I couldn't see a clock, so Tex, you help me get organized, will you?